that it's a bit dark in here, it's late, but after my meditation I was very called and drawn to do this reading for you guys. So I just listened to the message and I'm here. I've got candlelight going, I don't have any other kind of lighting. I wanted to just keep the mood how it felt during my meditation, so I hope you don't mind that it's not super bright in here like we normally like to do videos here on YouTube. So you see maybe from the thumbnail, it's a bit different this pick a card today. I feel like I wanted to draw some messages from your dragon guides or just from the dragon guides around, and I wanted to use Diana Cooper dragon cards. So I want you to pick a dragon guide that you feel most drawn to, just like you would pick a pile with the pick a card, and I will then go on to pull from the tarot live here with you, and we would take the reading from there and just see what messages are coming through. Today's question is, what do your dragon guides want you to know? Like, what message do you need to know the most right now? Okay, I will show you the dragon cards now. Once you've picked your dragon guide, you'll find it down in the timestamp below and come back for your reading. So here are your groups. You have group 1, which is the black dragon from Saturn. We have group 2, which is the lilac fire dragon. We have group 3, which is Quan's pink dragon. And we have group 4, which is the green gold dragon from Sirius. These dragons chose to come out today. I did not select them, but they came here with a message for you. So just choose the group that you are most drawn to, the dragon that you are most drawn to, and we will receive the message from your dragon guides. Group 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hi group 1, for you guys who picked this card, which is the black dragon from Saturn. See what cards that we have. Hopefully 3 cards here for group 1. And what messages does the black dragon from Saturn have? Okay, the main message that was coming through right from the get-go with you guys, group 1, is really having discipline, but also having discipline with fairness. So not like unjust discipline. It's more like self-discipline. I feel like spirit and the dragon spirits are really calling you right now to focus on what you want, focus on your desires, focus on your dreams, and have that discipline, but also like standing up for yourself, like being kind of hardy in a way, really like defending where you are, what you want, your boundaries, and almost like you might have to come across what seems a bit cold in a way, but as long as you're being fair, as long as you're being just, then you have kind of a right. I feel like situations in your life, maybe people in your life, is really trying to push you, like push your boundaries to see like how much can they get away with, like how much can I test this person, like how much are they testing you, you know, and it's too much. Yeah, so I feel like you need to be fair. Like I don't think you need to be like strong and harsh and disciplined to the point where you're being out of order. I don't think you are though. I think if anything, people and situations in your life have felt a bit out of order towards you, and you've sort of had to take it, and now spirit is really calling you to stand up for yourself. Really put those boundaries in place, but also not just having the discipline with others, it's the self-discipline. It's a really strong message that you need to have more self-discipline when it comes to your spiritual practice. I can really feel a need for like a meditation routine, like a daily meditations, like really calling to within the soul. If you struggle with meditations, doing things that are similar practice where you're able to clear the mind and really connect in with the heart chakra. So even if it's maybe a guided meditation, if that feels better for you, or maybe it would be a yoga practice, but something that really will help you quiet the mind and focus in on the present moment. I feel like that is a really strong message for you with that today. Let's see what the angel cards want to say. I feel like, honestly, you're realizing a lot of this within yourself, group one. Like you before you even had this message come through for you, you were starting to realize this issue you have with your boundaries. You were starting to realize these situations in your life maybe wasn't fair, was maybe pushing you too far, and that you needed to stand up for yourself, and you needed to sort of like, whoa there, wait up there. You know, what do I want? What do I need? And really knowing that what you want, what you need is not far away, and it's not too much to ask for. It's there, it's waiting for you to take, but you almost have to like dust out all the dust that's almost like blocking the way for that. The energies that don't support you, like I feel like you have a few like unsupportive energies around you right now, like almost like blocks, because they're not supporting you, and you need to not back down to those. You need to stand up and be firm. Have that spiritual discipline. If you get nervous, focus on service. In case you was wondering, the tarot cards that we did pull for you today was the Seven of Wands, the Justice card, and the Queen of Swords. And with this, if you get nervous, focus on service. I think again that is like focusing on what can you actually do for yourself spiritually. If you start to feel like, oh my God, like, you know, I know that this isn't serving me, but it's also like pushing me away from where I need to be, then to sort of maybe not focus on the issues, but just focus on the service that you can give for yourself, which is really having that spiritual discipline with yourself more than anything. So if you can't put up boundaries with others, it's really calling you that the one thing you do have complete control over is yourself, is your own path, is your own journey. And I really feel Spirit calling you, the dragon guide that is really sort of hammering home to you right now, that you do need to concentrate on what you want, concentrate on where you're going, and to not lose that focus, because you are so close to having some kind of breakthrough. Like this is what I said, like before you even came in to get this reading with me, I feel like you kind of knew what the issue was. You knew that there's certain things that you need to maybe remove to have that, to stand up against, to stand your ground. You know, you knew that even if it was subconsciously, but now it's really resonating, because maybe things haven't been fair, and you need to make things fair. Things need to be give and take, you know. You can't be give all the time. And also you need to kind of say it how it is. You know, I know it's hard sometimes. I know you really need to speak your mind, basically. And this could be in your environment, could be with certain people, it could be with the workplace. However this is resonating for you, you're going to know but you really need to speak your mind. Things haven't been fair and they need to be fair. You need to stand up for yourself, and you really need to have more of a discipline with your own practice, because you know where you want to be. You know you're a very spiritual being, we all are, but you are really on this light being path, and you know to get to, you know you're close, you're so close to having a breakthrough, but you're kind of allowing those old programs and old patterns to replay and to hold you back. And it might even be that you kind of have to stand up against even yourself. I think basically you just had a big realization within yourself, and you didn't even need me to tell you this, but you've had a huge realization of, like, you know, this is the path I need to go on. This is the direction I need to go. And it's sort of like having the courage and the confidence to really go for that. I really feel like that is the main message that I have for you today, Group 1. I really hope you enjoyed this message today with me and your dragon guides. A really cool dragon coming in with a message for you today, the Black Dragon from Saturn. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, definitely leave me a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye. Hey Group 2, welcome to your reading. For Group 2, you picked the Lilac Fire Dragon. A really cool dragon there. And I'm going to pull you some tarot cards now. What cards have we got for Group 2? What does the Lilac Fire Dragon, what message does the Lilac Fire Dragon have today? Okay, so we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, and then the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you've really been struggling with anxiety and worrying of some kind. Like, you definitely have been holding yourself back, but I feel like you kind of overcoming that now, and Spirit is saying, like, to stay on that path. You know, it's been sort of like a slow emerging from the cocoon, almost, from this like quite deep depressive kind of place that you've been in. I feel like you're really deciding to consciously remove yourself from this headspace that you've been in. And it is a headspace, like, as much as it feels so overwhelming, it feels so intoxicating how you've been feeling, like really unbearable. In fact, like, you know, I can feel that it's really time now for this. You've made the conscious decision to sort of really make that effort to live through your heart, to open up your heart, because when you live too much through the mind, which you had been struggling with, and letting yourself feel plagued by the past, plagued by the possibilities of the future, not living in the present moment, it was really holding you back, like big time holding you back. And almost like you kind of allowed yourself to feel like, well, there's nothing I can do about this. This is how I feel, so I'm going to almost dwell in it. I'm going to just worry more. You was kind of stuck in that place, but I definitely see that that's changing. You've definitely at some point very recently, if not now, really resonating with the idea of, hang on a minute, you know, I create my reality here. I can choose to not live through my ego mind right now, not live through my headspace, which is torturing me, because maybe I'm not happy with things that happened in the past. Maybe I'm not happy with where it looks like my future is going from an ego space, you know. Let's be honest. You know, there's no shame in admitting that you don't feel happy about that. But I feel a conscious shift happening. It's slow. Like I said, it's a slow opening, a slow unraveling of this place that you've been in, this place that you've been stuck. But I can see it's happening, and you're starting to move a bit quicker into a more positive space. And I feel like I say a bit quicker, but I mean as in you're not stagnant anymore. The movement has begun, yeah? But like I said, it is a slow unraveling. I feel like you almost got like a conscious message, and maybe this is your message, but I do feel like you do have a real connection that you are starting to build with your higher self, with your soul, with spirit. And it's sort of those early stages, and you're getting those little glimpses, those little messages. Maybe it's those synchronicities, maybe it's things like that, like, oh hey, like it can start with those small synchronicities, and I think that's what it will, and you'll start to realize like that's a little touch from spirit, that's your little kiss from God, if you like. Just those small little blessings and those small little synchronicities, I think you're going to start seeing now unraveling before you, really giving you a sign of hope, a sign of but that's what you need, because to notice those synchronicities, you have to be in the moment, living in the present moment, not in the past with the fear, not in the future with the fears, but to be present. And when you're present, you will see these synchronicities everywhere, and it's gonna feel like little gifts for you. I feel that. I feel like when you do choose to live through the heart space, because this Lilac fire dragon is all about opening up that heart space, living from the heart, transmuting the power of the divine love, transmuting the power of love. Like, come on, like living through the heart chakra, which is where we really source that pure divine love energy from our higher selves, from our soul. And remember that your heart chakra is also connected to your hands. So your heart chakra stretches out down your arms and through to your hands. So you know that you're passing that love through your hands as well. So just to have that awareness as well. Like, so you want to give love from a heart space. So if you're not used to, if you have maybe a really closed in heart chakra, which I can relate, I've been there big time, it can sort of numb over. So to open that up more, you can maybe start to use your hands to give love. Maybe it's to give hugs to people, or it's to stroke animals. And really, when you're doing that, feeling the conscious, being present in the moment, but feeling that transmute through your hands into the other being, whether that be a pet, a person. Whenever you're doing anything and you want to be present, you want to be conscious, and every time you're doing this is when you're going to see these messages come through, these little synchronicities, and I do think they're going to show up in this physical realm. So it's not necessary. I do think it's important that you do meditate and you carry out a spiritual practice. Like, I think it's important that we all do that right now, especially with the consciousness shift going on and all the wild, crazy energies. Like, it really benefits us all to have some kind of grounding practice. But I feel like for you, messages are going to come through from spirit to you through the physical realm. So it will be through synchronicities, it would be from God, that really worked out. And you'll find that the more you live through your heart, the more things in your life really start to work out for you. I know that you have struggled a lot with being present, and you've worried a lot about the past and how the past has been. So what does that mean for my future? Like, I just hear this really strong coming through for you, but it's not about that. What was or wasn't, was it? Because it's not now. What matters is now. And I totally get how hard that is. It's so hard for us humans to be consciously present in the moment. It's not the easiest thing, but that is the main message that I'm feeling coming through for you. But also just living through that heart space, like living through joy and doing things that bring you joy, whatever it is. You know, don't judge yourself for what brings you joy. Just do it, enjoy it. As long as you're not hurting anyone else and supporting the pain of anyone else, just do it. What makes you feel good? And even if that's down to just like living in your own little world for a bit, imagining like amazing things that you wish to happen, because just doing that, you're strengthening your manifestation muscle. You know, you are consciously manifesting when you do that, when you think positive thoughts about what you want, what things you enjoy, daydreaming away. I feel like it's fine to daydream consciously because you're purposely thinking about stuff that brings you joy, happiness, bliss. But it's when you daydream about worries and negative things that's not helping you, that's holding you back. And just know that when you worry about things that's in the past or in the future, that is a daydream. So if you think daydreaming is pointless, then when you worry, you're doing the same thing. Worrying is very pointless because it's just perpetuating a negative pattern that you have going on in your life. So the more you think about it, the more you're manifesting that into being. I feel like the strongest message for you is just to really embrace hope, really embrace peace and love within your heart, and really being present in the moment. I will pull you an angel card here. Feel like that's the one. Fairies. So again, like with this fairy card, it just brings me back to nature. I was feeling like with the Page of Pentacles, a real grounding energy, like with how his feet are on the grass here, and now with the fairies card. So I definitely feel that's such a strong message coming through to you, is grounding, getting your bare feet out in the earth, in the ground. Out in nature, being out in nature, looking out for those little signs, those little synchronicities, those little fairy magical moments. That could just be from like, you know, a rainbow appearing in the sky. It could be a reflection from the sun rays that makes you able to see an orb. Those little magical moments, and just being present enough to notice them. Because when you're stuck in your head, you know, then you're not present to notice these amazing things that we see. I definitely feel the fairies are really calling you to get out in nature. Maybe you're someone who does struggle a bit with meditation, so go out on nature walks. But when you're doing that, be conscious, be present, and be mindful of feeling through your heart chakra. Being playful, like fairies are super playful and mischievous as well, so I feel like they also are calling you to be a bit more playful, be a bit more mischievous, maybe like reach out in your life to create love in your life. So if that means like if you're single and that means like getting out on a dating app, you know, putting yourself out there, do it. You know, be more risk-takey in a way as well. Really seek love in, and it doesn't have to be in a relationship sense, but it's like give love and live through love as well. So I just feel like, yeah, that's the strongest message coming through from the Lilac Fire Dragon, and it's also have that fun, playful, loving energy. Okay? So I feel like that's the message that I got for you today, Group 2. I hope you enjoyed your reading with me. If you did, please do like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. And I hope you have an amazing day. Okay, bye. Hey, Group 3, welcome to your reading. Thanks for joining me today for these messages from your dragon guides. So your card that you picked was Quan's Pink Dragon. There's a really pretty dragon there. And let's pick some tarot cards for you now. So Group 3, what does Quan's Pink Dragon, what message does Quan's Pink Dragon have for Group 3? Hey, baby. Sorry, my cat. He's coming from his nap. I love you. Just doing some readings, baby. Okay, so group 3, the tarot cards that I got for you today was the Temperance card, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords reversed. Okay, so I feel for you, group 3, you definitely have a lot of support around you. You have a lot of guides around you right now, really sort of like here lovingly supporting you, and you breaking actually toxic patterns. I feel like you've been working on breaking through like some karmic stuff, so some patterns that maybe have been repeating in your life. I feel like you have a lot of, you have or had a lot of cords attached to you, like unhealthy cords from other people that like, so maybe there was like situations that you hadn't forgiven, things like that, situations that kept you linked to other people unnecessarily and was draining energy from you. Like I feel like you had a lot of cords coming off you from your past, or maybe even your current situation, and you now have a lot of angels and guides around you who are really helping you sort of cut those cords off and really come into your full self and really claim back your own power. I feel like you sort of had your power stolen from you for a long time, and it was sort of like pulled away from you, I feel I can see, and stolen, like really, and was holding you almost hostage. It feels like you've been working, like every time like another cycle comes around, every time another pattern comes around, it's like you doing the work, like it's like that, but it's took time, it's took a lot of situations, it's took a lot of work to get there, it's took a lot of learning the same pattern over to finally sort of get to this point. They're telling you like it's here now, like you're at this point, so really sort of feel that loving guidance, that divine love around you, even though when you do cut off cords like this, it can make you feel like, am I alone? But you're not alone, and that's the strongest message like I have for you right now, is you it can feel very lonely doing this kind of work, but you are not alone. You are so loved. You have like extra amount of guides around you right now, really sort of like padding you out with love, padding you out with the reassurance, because they know that you've really worked through this. Like you've really had to learn something quite a lot of times, like go through a lot of painful cycles for you to finally kind of understand, like, hang on, I've given, but I've given nothing back to myself. I've left myself with an empty cup almost, and it's sort of realizing now, like, I need to fill my own cup. I need to have my own balance in this life. It's like you really need to cut those cords and release almost like, I feel like it's like a guilt. I feel like there's like this heavy, and that is one of the lowest vibrations. So just know, like, when you release guilt, you're releasing that attachment to the lowest vibration. You've got guilt and shame right at the bottom of the vibration scale, and I feel like you've been sort of swimming around a lot, being almost tied down to these lower vibration areas with the guilt and the shame. Guilt is really ringing loud to me, because I feel like in the past you have been taken advantage of, possibly, I feel like, and remember, like, it really is a mirror world. So when people take advantage of us, i.e. you in this situation, you've allowed that. So it's not about blaming anyone, because that doesn't get you anywhere. It's all about taking the responsibility and loving yourself for everything you've gone through, for how strong you are, for how amazing you are. I feel like basically this is your chance now. Like, you've really gone through the cycles and you've got to this point now where it's like you've really learned this lesson and you know what it is. You will know what it is in your life. What is something that, you know, how many times are you going to make this mistake? How many times are you going to allow this to happen before you really stop it? Love yourself, love everyone else, but release it. Release what's not serving you and go towards what you actually want. Go towards seeking out what will actually make you happy. It's love, you know, love is at the heart. Love and connection is at the heart. So if you're not getting that, and there's some sort of pattern where it's blocking you from getting love and connection, then you need to cut those ties, cut those cords, and you need to go. And I feel like now Spirit is saying this karma is released. You know, you can love yourself and you can love another and you can really share yourself now, and it's not going to be taken advantage of you, because do you know why you're not going to get taken advantage of anymore? Because you're not going to allow it. The cycle is done. It's history. And it's not the kind of past you're looking back on, it you're dwelling. You've done the work. You've worked so hard to get to this point, it seems. And it's time to really find that balance now. You're ready. You know, you have that balance of, okay, I know you basically have built, or you're in the process of building, a really good balance between your physical reality and your inner world, your spiritual work, your spiritual self. You really are gaining more of an understanding of what's going on with you, where you're at, the lessons you've learned, that you don't need to stay in that low vibration any longer, that you can raise your vibration, and you're deserving of that. You've worked enough to get there. The karma is being released. If you don't believe in karma, I would say you're just releasing these cords, releasing that energy, releasing these attachments to anything that maybe made you feel bad, made you feel guilty, made you feel shame. Release that. It's not serving you. You don't need to feel like that. You're amazing. I feel like so much love is being poured through to you, as long as you are present and open to it, and you are really going to feel that support, because you trust me, you have a lot of support around you, much more support than I often feel in readings. Like, it's like an extra amount of love and support coming from your guides, coming from angels, coming from a lot of light beings, because no more can anybody take advantage of you. No more can you get away with keeping yourself in these situations. It's going to come more and more to your awareness. Like, whenever this pattern tries to replay, you're just going to see it and you're going to cut it off real quick, because nothing can get past you now. Nothing can fool you any longer. You're going to know in your heart, when you're opening your heart chakra space, you're going to know what's right for you, because your heart's going to sing for that thing, you know, and that's gonna be reflected back to you. And if it's not reflected back to you and it makes you feel bad, then you're gonna know, aren't you? You're gonna release it, and you're not gonna allow yourself to be brought down a vibration. I feel like you, the main message for you is just to really stay in that heart space, to stay in the love, that you're such a loving person, you're so capable of that, and keeping that balance, that like equal balance of your physical reality and your spiritual reality. And that balance comes into knowing what happens in your life and what does that mean for you spiritually. That's what that balance is. So it's like, this thing's happening, but what is the message of that spiritually? So it's like you're getting that balance right now. And just know that you're not going to be fooled anymore. Nothing's going to come in that you're not going to see a mile off. So you're going to see that shit coming, you know? So just know that you're fully supported by your guides, fully loved, and yeah, it's nice because these cords are being cut, if not they have already been, or they're on the process of being, and you're going to be able to release your past a lot more easier than you have in the past, if that makes sense. Like, you're not going to keep feeling the energies from that anymore. You're not going to keep repeating any patterns. So I'll pull you a little angel card for another. So the God box. This is all about letting go of what no longer serves you. So it's pretty much backs up what we've been saying about how you're going to see and you're going to feel in your heart space whether something is working out for you, if it is bringing you back into this more toxic patterns that maybe you've had in the past, or is it making your heart sing? Is it bringing you joy? Is it bringing you love? And is it mirroring that back to you? So are you giving that, and is it being mirrored back? So definitely have all the support around you now to help you really release whatever it is you need to release. It could be a job, could be a relationship, could be even just a thought pattern that's been holding you back. So you're going to know what that is. I hope that this message resonates with you today and it was helpful. And thank you to the Quinian Pink Dragon for helping us today. If you enjoyed this reading, do please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in another one. Have an amazing day. Okay, bye. Hi Group 4, welcome to your reading, and you picked today the Green Gold Dragon from Sirius. What a cute dragon. Okay, so I'm going to pull you some tarot cards now and we see what message the Green Gold Dragon from Sirius wants to bring you. Cute. Okay. There's a very strong message here coming through for you, Group 4. You are being called to go within, like so strong. You're being called to stop. I feel like right now or of late, you've been very do, carry on. Distract. How can I push through? You know, how can I just, try and pretend that I'm not like in the reality that I have, that things in my life are not going the way they're going, that I'm not feeling the way I'm feeling, like absolute, emotional roller coaster, emotional tides are coming in, and I feel like you have been very much like push through, cope with it. So, and Spirit is saying stop. Drop the balls. We got the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Swords, in case she was wondering what cards we have. But I feel like Spirit is saying drop the balls, drop the sticks, and flipping get down and connect within. Connect with yourself, rest, like literally relax, freaking relax. I feel like your mind has been doing overtime as well, and it's like, relax the mind, please just relax the mind and stop distracting yourself, okay? Stop distracting yourself with what's going on in your physical reality. I feel like you've been staying like busy and distracted and not really looking at, like, I feel like you've not been looking at really where this is getting you, where you were going. I feel like you're kind of, basically you're at the end of this cycle that you're doing this, but you're almost not realizing it. So it's like, look, end this. There's something you need to sort of be like, you know what, I need to just stop this behavior. I feel like it could be a behavior. I feel like there's a high chance that it's a behavior. I feel like this is something maybe that's not like being caused by other people, like maybe other groups or whatever. This is sort of something that you've been doing to yourself, like pushing through with stuff that's not really getting you anywhere. Like, why do you need to have this behavior? Why do you need to behave like this? Because it's just not helping you. You need to end it. You need to, like, stop trying to have both, almost have it both ways in a way. I feel like you know that you can't have what you want that unless you stop carrying on this path that you've been going. But you're like, no, like, I can have what I want and stay on this path. But you can't. It's like saying that what you want is down the left path, yeah? And, you know, it's far down that path, like a few miles up that path, you know, and it goes left. But then you're heading on the right path because you've always been on the right path. That's your path. Wherever you go, you take the right path, and that's the way you are. But what you want is on the left path. But you think that you can get what you want that's over here on the left path, but still carry on going down the right path. Just keep on walking, I'll get to what I want, but you won't, because the right path is in the opposite direction to the left path, yeah? So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you, like, pushing away what you actually want, pushing away what's bringing you joy, pushing away opportunities that are going to bring you joy, and just trying to carry on like, yeah, I can have what I want and do what, you know, like, I can have what I want but not change. But you need to embrace the change. You know, you need to let go of whatever's not serving you right now, how it's always been, something how it's been, it's not serving you, let go and embrace the new, embrace what it is that could actually fulfill you, even though it's scary, even though letting go of that terrifies you, letting go of your comfort zone. But it's not comfortable, it's just not. You think it is because it's what you know, but it's not comfortable. It's like, it's uncomfortable. It's basically when the waters might look calm on top, but underneath there's a rough tide. And that rough tide, if you jump into the waters and you think, you know, it looks calm, but you jump in and then that rough tide that's going on underneath that you can't see is swooping you under, drowning you. I feel like that you're trying to keep that up, you know? You're trying to be like, it's fine, but really you're drowning under the tide. And you're not accepting that you can't. Sometimes you just need to, like, stop, okay? Stop this craziness and really just allow yourself to reset, you know? Give yourself that permission to reset. And by doing that, you need to stop this, you need to stop the mind, you need to stop whatever it is, this road that you're on, and really rethink this road, because Spirit's telling me this is way over. This road is, you can't get where you want to go on it. It's done. We're 10. 10 is the end of the cycle. It's done. You know? You're done behaving this way. You're done carrying on this way. But it's like almost boring because it's like not changing. Things have not changed here. It's like this behavior is boring you almost. And you're avoiding really, like, facing whatever that is within yourself. You don't need to be scared, because actually what you have waiting for you on that left path, like we were saying, is amazing. It is going to bring you joy. It's going to fulfill you. It's going to set you onto that next cycle of fulfillment. And after the 10 of Wands, trust me, it gets better, because you're going into the Ace of Cups. And the Cups is such a nice journey to take. You know, it's time to take that journey, journey of emotional fulfillment. That is what is waiting for you, because you've completed this path with the Wands, you know? after having completed an even harder path with the swords. It's time for you to get that emotional fulfillment. And yeah, you take a risk. You take a risk when you do that. But isn't everything in life a risk? You know, I'm feeling really strongly about this for you guys. So I'm hoping that I'm not being too harsh, but I don't know, maybe it's this green gold dragon from Sirius are really channeling through some truths for you guys. But that's what I'm seeing. I see that you need to really do the work. I see a lot of the other groups are a bit more further along with their work. You know, they're really starting to realise this. I feel like you don't even realise what you're doing here. Really so much. I feel like maybe this message is resonating now, but I feel like you have been pushing away your own joy. So by carrying on with what's not serving you, what's not feeling really good, what's not what you actually want, but it feels safe, stop staying safe. Safe is not living. Yeah? What's really going to benefit you is diving deep into a spiritual practice, and that is like going through so much research and really finding what's resonating for you, what's working for you. Like, I don't know what is going to work for you, whether that's a physical practice, like maybe it's like a yoga practice, or maybe it is literally going into the realms of, like, this is a interdimensional dragon with, he's from Sirius, so maybe you want to start looking into that side of spirituality. Maybe you're really going to resonate with what's going on the interdimensional, more alien side of spirituality. But I feel like you're really being called to look within, and I feel like it could even be in those sort of realms. It's going to be a bit more, you're going to have like a very unique practice here, what's going to work for you. But just start with the basics at least, and that is quieting the mind, listening to the soul. And I think just stopping, you're going to know what it is you need to stop. I feel like it's a behaviour that's not serving you, or it could be a job, or it could be a situation. I don't know, but you're going to know. What is that wave that's just dragging you under, just keeping you here? And start really thinking about what it is you really want and going towards that joy, so you can begin this new cycle, this cup cycle. Because that's when you're really going to have that emotional fulfillment. I feel like you've been lacking emotional fulfillment, and it's heartbreaking. I feel like that is where you need to head right now. And that is going to be also about pouring the focus in on yourself and really facing basically, what path are you here for? What path do you want to take? Not what you've always taken, you know? And looking into those risks, taking those risks, being more risky with your choices in life, you know? Gosh. Just want one more card for you guys. Heart chakra. The answers that you seek are in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. And love is very much about what we was talking, entering that cup cycle, that emotional fulfillment, your love. It's like, I feel like there's a big lack of love in your life, especially towards yourself, because you're depriving yourself of this, you know? You're pushing away love. You're pushing away self-love. You're pushing away other people's love. You're pushing away that journey for yourself. Okay? Yeah, it was like quite a serious thing to end this message, but I really hope that resonates, and I really wish you, group 4, I wish you so much love, okay? And I hope that you're able to really turn that in on yourself. You're really able to open up that heart chakra and really open yourself to love and know, okay, what am I not doing to allow that in my life? What behavior is holding me back? What is this wrong path I've been on so that I can get on my right path? It's a lot of inner questioning, a lot of seeking within, okay? I wish you all the best with that, okay? I hope that you enjoyed this reading today. I hope to see you again for another reading or another video here on my channel. If you enjoyed this reading, please do let me know by leaving a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks again, group 4. I hope that you have an amazing day. I'm sending you all my love.